talk around a 14-point deal. What does that involve? What, does it provide for reinstatement of Hamdok as a prime minister? What about the jailed civilian leaders? So there's a whole lot of issues we need to unpack here. And is it in fact good news? Abdul-karim Elgoni, Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the program. Dr. Abdul-karim
وعل-
Elgoni.
وعليكم وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته, and thank you for discussing Sudan issues. We are always happy when you inform people about Sudan issues. Yes, it is true, the signing has happened yesterday. That was long awaited, that Hamdok will be back as the Prime Minister, which is a good sign. And it is also a good sign that the coup plotters have tried to come down to some of the chantings of the people on the streets. And yes, it is a positive sign, because most of the international community and regional players who were unhappy about Sudan are agreeing to what has happened, which means they were part of it in one way or the other. But for people on the street, and for me personally, there are a lot of suspicious things around it that makes it, although it looks good from the outside, most probably from the inside there are some problems. Hamdok has been brought from house arrest to fine. He has not met any of his ministers officially. He has not had discussions with others openly. So we think there is something more than what appears to the eye.
Let's look at the issue around Sudan's top general, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. He has been said to have signed this deal with Abdallah Hamdok. Is that a good sign? Because this is now restoration of the, civilian rule nearly a month after a military coup. That should certainly be good news.
Thank you very much. Yes, the sentence that you have mentioned, as it looks, it is a good thing. Abdullah Hamdok is the icon of the civilian rule, and he is back in power, or he is back in office. But does he have the power of the office? That is what people are asking. Does he have the power of the office, or he is still moved by remote control the way he was brought from house arrest to sign this agreement? Although the information that came out from the discussions before the signing of the agreement, there are some people who are shakers and movers from the local members of the Freedom and Change who were part of the discussions, but the discussions were not as open as the transparency that we want in a civilian rule. So we are still doing things the military way, that everything is just a handful of people who are in charge. The others are left in the black. They just have to take it as it is.
So that's a dangerous situation playing out there, because there could be possibly a future uprising if their needs are not met or if their voices are not heard. Having said that, let's look at the 14-point deal. What does that cover?
You see, the 14-point deal covers a lot of things that no one has disagreement about. But the problem is, who will implement those 14 things? You see, people have signed the peace deal in Juba more than a year ago, and it contains points that everyone was looking at. You see, the people in charge shelved some of the very important issues in that signed deal. So for the Sudanese who have the experience with the military and their treacherous ways of doing things, and lying and shelving the important things, and killing people, and so many. There is a lost trust between the Sudanese and the military. Let me put it to you that way. So whatever the military sign to, people don't believe it is going to happen. The military will just choose what they wanted to happen from the 14 points. But the 14 points are very good. Everyone wanted them. The issue is, are they going to be implemented or not? Are they going to be implemented selectively to support the military coup? and not to support the return to civilian rule. This is what people are scared of. But actually, everyone is agreeing with them.
Okay, can you give us one or two salient points in this 14-point deal that's going to ease the transition and possibly for Sudanese people to almost go back to life as normal? Or do you think
I will
that's
give you.
going to take...
I will give you. I will give you a few. I will give you a few points. One of the 14 points is that Hamdok, as an icon of the civilian change, will be given an open hand to select his cabinet. This is what is written in the points.
Right.
But people are saying there is another point, which is point number 9, that says the Sovereign Council, which is the military, have the right to observe the cabinet, which means if he came with names, they will say, no, this name we don't want, this name we don't want, this name we don't want. And then the whole thing collapses. There is no freedom for him to select what he wants. So there are a number of points that are like this. So people are saying the points are good, but they might not be implemented as written in the document that was signed between Hamdok and the military.
Okay, so for now, Dr. Elgoni, we are going to wait and see what happens. I have no doubt.
It's not only, actually, we are going to wait and see, but the Sudanese people are not waiting. They already started going into the streets. I expect that tomorrow there will be another million person march, and there will be a lot of instability. There will be lost lives, unfortunately. And we look forward that things move the way we want.
Inshallah, inshallah. We'll be watching this space and talking to you again sometime soon. Assalamu alaikum to you, Dr. Abdul-karim Elgoni. It is 9:49 exactly. In a minute or two, we'll be joined by Ashraf Garda.
Looking to get your kick? Keep